Skyhawk Talk, Snappy Tomato Pizza. Coach Jason James joins us here. V.T. Martin playing at Louisville and at Ohio on a road swing to start the season. Arkansas State the opponent this week, and Rochester College. Coach, let's go back to the Louisville game. And the Skyhawks fall 83-48. Tough place to play, a top 10 school. I think one of the best teams potentially that we have played, and you know the Dukes and the Ohio States and the teams that we've played. How do they fall amongst them?
I told somebody when they get healthy, they get all their guys back. I think they can make it to the Final Four because they do everything well. They shoot the ball well. They handle it well. They've got good post presence. They can speed you up on the defensive end. They can slow you down and grind you out on the offensive end. So it's one of the better teams that we've played since I've been here, top to bottom. And I think once they get healthy, man, they'll be tough.
They jumped out early. In that situation, as an underdog, you need to play well early, and Louisville kind of put us on it in the early going.
You got to play near perfect basketball to even be in the game. And some things got to go the right way. They got to play poorly to win. But to be in it, man, you can't have any mistakes. Your margin for error is zero, and that wasn't the case. They came out ready to go. They jumped on us early and often, and we were playing from behind. It seemed like from warm-ups.
Their press gave us problems, too.
Sped us all the way up as fast as another team. As fast as a team can speed another team up, that's how fast we went, man. We tried to play at breakneck speed, and we can't do that.
Coach McMillan was just talking about that, and that how one team can dictate another team's tempo and their spacing and their speed of the game. How do you do that? How do you control another team's will, and how do you keep a team from controlling yours?
Well, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, you can control tempo on the offensive end. You know, people think, man, defensively, we've got to really get out after them and try to get them to turn the ball over. And that's right. But if you're very good offensively, if you're very sound offensively, you can run your offense for the whole shot clock. That takes the wind out of the defense's sails a little bit.
And that's patience.
That's being patient.
And being fundamental.
Being patient, being fundamental, just controlling what happens in the game. And we tell our guys, we want to run on our terms. When we got layups, then we can take them. But otherwise, we want to jog the ball up and make the other team guard for the whole 35 seconds.
So when they press you, like Louisville did, and Rick Pitino pressed in the NBA, I mean, he was the first NBA coach that said, we're going to press for the entire time. How does that take you out of your game and you say speed things up?
Well, what happens is when they press you, you look to throw the ball ahead, and when you get it ahead into a scoring area, you shoot it quick.
You get anxious.
Because you don't want that heat to come. You want the pressure to stop, so the best way that you can get it to stop is to shoot it. Well, that plays right into your hands, to their hands, because when you shoot it quickly, now you're not running any offense. You're taking any kind of shot you can get, which may be a 25-foot three, or it may be a shot in the corner with two hands in your face. But you're taking it because you don't want to get pressured anymore, which plays into their hands. You shoot it quick, they get the rebound, they come down and score, then you shoot it quick again. You do that 5 times, you're down 10.
And even if you are open, you may be rushing it a little bit, just remembering that pressure, which
no question about it.
Takes you away from squaring up and just
you rush everything. Everything's too quick. I mean, we went and played Memphis a few years back when they made it to the final game, and we were up 14 points, and everybody was jumping around thinking, man, we're going to beat Memphis. But all the coaches knew that this is fool's gold because we were making shots. We couldn't make shots like that for 40 minutes, and they ended up catching up to us and then going ahead. But it's the same kind of philosophy that other teams have.
It's another key, too, whenever a team is making their shots, they can set up on the press, and that makes all the difference in the world where offense really does lead the defense.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. Turnovers out front can lead to layups, uncontested layups, and now they can get in their press. If they make a shot, now they can get into their press. Free throws, now they can get into their press. I mean, all that plays in part, especially for a pressing team, and they love those situations.
What were the positives that you took away from the Louisville game?
I'm still kind of searching for those. Chris, I told somebody I thought our managers were really good that day. They cleaned up. And
I think I read that quote in the paper.
Stools out, and I believe
they
that.
look good, too.
You know, we had a bunch of turnovers in the first half. I think in the second half we had 6, maybe 7 turnovers in that game, in the second half of that game, so that was really good. You know, in the second half, I thought we got any shot that we wanted. We were getting shots at the rim. We were getting wide-open threes. But what plays into Louisville's philosophy in the first half of trying to speed you up, in that process, they wear you down. So now in the second half, you may get those shots, but you don't have your legs. You think heat's coming, and it may not be. It's on your mind, and now you're rushing stuff still, even though they're wide open. So I thought we got a lot of easier shots in the second half. We just couldn't knock them down.
Let's move ahead to Ohio. I was not at this game, but I did watch it on the internet, and they had a great video feed. A poor first half, the second half, a different story. Let's just jump to the second half, Coach. You were down at 29 at one point and cut it to single digits. How'd you do that?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. Looking back at the tape, I think it was just a matter of us continuing to play. We started to throw the ball inside. We got a couple fouls on their guys, and we were able to get to the line and make free throws. And we did a lot of that catching up with the clock stopped, and that helped us out. And we had a chance with 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left, down 8. But it was because of that. The clock was stopped. We'd make 2 free throws. The key for us in that game was rebounding the ball. In the first half, we didn't rebound the ball at all. We gave up a lot of easy baskets on our turnovers. In the second half, we started to rebound it. We took care of it a lot better, and we gave ourselves opportunity. And I think that's the whole key to this team. We can't beat ourselves. We can't go into games and give the other team an extra 23 opportunities because we turned it over 23 times. That happened against Ohio, and everybody saw the result. If we can take care of the ball and give ourselves a chance to get good shots, we're pretty good offensively. And defensively, if we can just contest shots but grab the rebound, we're pretty good. So in the second half, it kind of all came together. We slowed down a bunch. We didn't rush as much. We weren't trying to get it all back in one possession, and we just were gradually able to catch up and get closer.
And you did. I think you started that run less than 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 15-0 run to get it to 14, and then they scored a little bit, and then it was a 10-0 run to get it to 8 or 9, and that's kind of where it was the rest of the game.
Let's talk to his stat lines. Miles Taylor, a double-double early in his career, 11 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of experience. He's just a youngin', but, man, does he have potential.
Yeah, he doesn't have experience in terms of Division I basketball, but he's got the experience in terms of playing hard. He knows how to do that. And he'll go to battle every game, and it shows in his production. I thought he was fairly productive against Louisville. I thought he was productive yesterday against Ohio. So his effort level right now is way above a lot of freshmen, and that's what allows him to get stuff done. He's not very skilled. He doesn't know the right places, and once he gets in the right spots offensively, man, he'll be a lot better. But his effort level's there.
He works hard. He has instinct, and I haven't seen him a lot, but it seems like he has pretty good hands.
Yeah, he's got good hands. He's got an understanding of what needs to happen. Sometimes he just can't make it happen, but he knows what's supposed to happen when he has the ball.
But experience will get him there, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, experience is one of those things that will help him out. But he's got the playing hard aspect of it figured out, and that's half the battle.
And experience is one of those things where you can only get by getting experience.
No doubt about it. There's no question. The only way you can get minutes is to get minutes.
Jeremy Washington, 17 points, 9 rebounds. We really haven't talked about him that much. Pretty good line, though.
Yeah, he showed up that game. Those two guys, ironically enough, are from the same high school, and they're of the same mold. They play hard. They compete every play. Jeremy's got a little better understanding of how to play and how to get the ball where it needs to go. But Jeremy's considerably older than Miles, and that experience that we talk about has really helped him out. And so I was very, very excited to see those guys play together and play as hard as they did and compete as hard as they did to get stuff done.
Watching Jeremy the other night, and if I'm completely off the mark, you're not going to hurt my feelings, but he kind of reminds me the way he's built of a smaller version of J.R. Reed. Now, that's going back. Does he play like him at all, or am I way out there?
He walks like J.R. Reed.
Okay.
He runs like J.R. Reed a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not as wide on the lower half as J.R. Reed, if you know what I'm talking about. But their games are a little similar. He probably shoots it a little better than J.R. Reed. J.R. was probably a little thicker, but very similar games. That old man game is kind of what I like to say. Very fundamental, can get up and dunk it when he needs to, but that's really not what he likes to do. Just an old man's game.
Let's come back and talk about the week ahead. Thursday at Arkansas State, Coach. We've had many trips to Jonesboro. Tough place to play.
Yeah, very tough place to play. They're always hard to beat at home, and Thursday will be no different.
Rochester College at the Elam Center on Saturday. Good to be at the house.
Yeah, it'll be great to be home. Rochester, coached by an old UT Martin assistant coach, Clint Pleasant, be back in the house for the first time in a while. So
did you work with Clint? He was gone by the time you got here?
Yeah, my brother David worked with him, but he had left and gone to Abilene Christian by the time I got here.
At the Louisville game, Jeremy Kelly was there.
Yeah, got a chance to see J.K. He actually came by practice the next day. It was good to catch up with him, and kind of see what he's doing. He spoke to our team for just a little bit, and I mean, it's always good to see those old guys, and he's still playing a little bit, trying to keep in shape and trying to make some money playing basketball like we all knew he would. I mean, he'll play forever if he can.
He playing overseas, or has he?
Trying to go to South America and play right now.
I was asking Rhino how he looked, and he said he looked a little skinnier.
Yeah, he's lost some weight. Not much weight, but he's lost some weight. He's still got the braids. I mean, but everything else is vintage.
The same
JK.
with JK? Yeah. And I guess when did he graduate? 2006?
Oh, no, it was before that. Maybe four or five, somewhere in there.
Coach, I'm getting old.
We all are, Chris, in our own way.
When you look at the Cumes, Libo averaging 15.5 points per game, shooting about 44% from the field, and then from three-point range, 36%. We knew he could score, but he's really taken on the bulk of the scoring early. He's your consistent player offensively.
Yeah, he's got to be more efficient. He's scoring a bunch, but his percentages have been low in a couple of those games. He's got to shoot the ball better from the arc. Troy's got to shoot it better from the arc, and we know he can. We've got to do better, obviously, taking care of the basketball, the things that kind of stick out at the stat sheet at first glance.
Troy did this some last year, and again, he's only a sophomore, but it seems like when he's on a roll, he's on a roll. When he's in a funk, things can go bad for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, inconsistency, like all of our guys. It's just when you're young, it's hard being consistent. And we're all slow starters. It takes them a while to get going, but once they get going, they're pretty good.
I've said this before. When I was growing up watching basketball, I always liked the street players because when they get hot, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
But as a coach, I bet it's just miserable.
No, we hate them. We hate them. We don't like them at all, not even a little bit. But they're fun to watch when you're a fan. Though,
what kind of play? Were you the consistent player?
Steady as a heartbeat.
All right, I
showing
figured
up every
that.
night. Steady as a heartbeat.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll see you at Arkansas State, and then Saturday here with Rochester College.
Thanks, Chris.
Coach Jason James, and don't forget all kinds of games coming up this week on the radio. We're having a big time here on the Skyhawk Sports Network. Women's basketball at Southern Miss on Wednesday. We go on the air just before the 7 o'clock hour on WCMT. And then the men at Arkansas State, that's on Star 95.1 Thursday night. Saturday, we'll be with the Eastern Kentucky football team as the Skyhawks play at EKU at noon, still vying for the Ohio Valley Conference regular season championship. Skyhawk men are at home with Rochester College. And then back on the radio Sunday, women's basketball playing at Purdue. That's on Star 95.1. Go to utmsports.com for all the information on all the games coming up. For Coach James, Kevin McMillan, Darren McClure, and Jason Simpson, I'm Chris Brinkley saying so long, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to Skyhawk Talk live from Snappy Tomato Pizza on the Skyhawk Sports Network.